Hey everybody. XBMC is in front of me and well the Xbox logo goes on top. I'm looking over my screen just to make sure everything's framed up. I actually even got a lighting gig here, a little bit rig. Sorry, not gig. There with some adjustable light and cool, etc. So it actually kind of looks normal. Yeah, have been on for a while. I was fooling around with my OG Xbox. Was having issues reading discs. I'm like, well, I don't have it. Like, I have it soft mounted, but I don't have the hard drive upgraded. I'll just throw around to it, stick around, I can get around to it. And then I was like, I can clamp the DVD drive and see if that's just the reason why. And nope, Thompson drive, laser burnout. I'm gonna get one on order at some point. But I'm like, well, it is S video, and it is soft modded and etc. etc. I actually have the component video cables just hooked up, just not for this capture. It is soft mounted, so I actually chimped the drive to a bigger drive, and I made some space so I can have some more room. And there's a few games here. Yeah, this is not anything new for a lot of people, especially probably people watching, but for myself, actually doing it myself and owning one myself. Let me get my coffee. These things are fun. There's some kits you can get now that'll add HDMI as well to the thing, and I may do that. The drive in it is decent, but I may add a bigger drive. I'm just going to see about how going about it would be. May go SSD. We're going to see. I'm going to fix the laser so I can still play burn games. That's the thing too. I have like spindles of blank DVD minus and plus R. So that's also in the realm of possibilities. Let's throw a game on here just to show. Oh, why not? Just because. Anybody saw that knows. Presented by Sega. I should have. You don't get to adjust the tint or, I guess you could say tint for this capture device. I can adjust brightness and contrast. Let's turn that down just a little bit. But yeah. Now this is composite video. Not bad. I'm not doing much to it either. I'm just going to process it a bit with deinterlacing, and it's crazy because I got it running on the PC over here too. I was going to sit down and play. I was like, no, I got to record this. Yeah, basic like that. Also, playing with the Duke. That's all they had when I bought this thing a few years ago. It's like, yeah, my hands are big enough. I can comfortably hold a Duke quite well. So Splash Wave all day for me. I know some people like their own songs, different choices on here. I like Splash Wave. I'll listen to other stuff too, but yeah. So it's a Western Digital Black IDE drive. A straight up drive I just pulled from. Like, I have a little milk crate full of drives in a shelf down here. IDE and SATA, and I think there's even one PATA drive in there. I don't parallel ATA, but I don't think it's really kicking. But yeah, now the television, the way this is going, I just have it plugged straight into the S-Video composite AV input on the side there, and it overrides anything else besides component. So let's turn that down a bit more. I don't want to get too many sound issues, but like it looks great on this too, like with S-Video, but the composite's actually capturing it decently. I'm just looking over it now. Color's a little off, but like not in a bad way. I should pay attention to it on here. But yeah, I've not had any issues. The only issues where I ran out of space. I was like, why isn't this copying? I might have a problem with my FTP, and I tried other FTP programs, and there's just no. And I looked up the issue, and then I used XBMC's system info to look up on the storage, and the F partition was F'd for space. I mean to say the partition was fine. It was just full. Oh, that's itchy. But yeah, it's not. It didn't take much of an issue. Now I did have a problem for some reason. And then I switched around a couple settings. It was fine. Somebody tried to say that there was an issue in Linux. There was years ago when you were using Linux version of FileZilla, but later on I had no issues doing it with anything. But what it is that the thing I looked up from Rocky 5 was giving some directions that weren't quite full. And it was actually only a little bit of an actual file pack that I actually had to use, not the full file pack. And I did what I did, and it copied over fine, and it worked. So I found a Molex splitter and found an applicable drive. First thing I did was format it through... No, I didn't format it. No, I did. Okay, I had to think for a second. No, I did format it, and that was through Gparted in Linux. I used a USB adapter, and I formatted a FAT32 only because where it's probably going to be reformatted as FATX when it's cloned. What they do? Oh my god, I blew at that turn. I lost a lot of speed actually. It seems like when I start trying to recollect things, it cuts into my processing power, I guess. But yeah, I chimped it. Yeah, set it to fall expand the F partition. I didn't set a limit or anything. It was very simplistic actually. So I might see if I have another drive there and do it with. And Western Digitals are usually lockable, so it locked the drive fine because I have a soft mod going. Now at the same time I had it opened up, I did check for my clock capacitor, and yep, the cap was shot. Now what I did have on the side of luck was that any and all of the electrolyte was, the damage was literally localized under the capacitor to the point where it actually had already eaten through one of the legs totally on the capacitor. But Q-tip, bit of alcohol, bit of I even used some non-acetone nail polish remover. Ah, prick. I was like, oh no, I want to go the other way. Oh well, Casino Town it is. You can't even drift that speed, Sonny. Slow down. Come on, you're just too slow. Speed up. Yeah, did it all. Updated XBMC. I did follow the XBMC station thing, except for I haven't ran the disk image yet to stick XBMC station as my primary dashboard on here, which you can do. I'm actually going to spend the $20, get a new laser module for the disk drive, burn it on a disk, and do it that way. And any other titles now, I'm just going to burn off again. It's just a few of the more frequently played ones I'm going to keep on the hard drive, or homebrew, like homebrew and patching. Like I do have Metal Wolf Chaos on this thing, which I should play in a minute just to show it off. But I do have the patch a guy came up with years ago that you can patch your menu screen or whatever in the game. And even that was, clear as mud on the directions the guy gave. Somebody had said, no, it's a subfolder or whatever. The guy was talking like, you got to put it in these folders, and doesn't mention that the folders are in a subfolder. So I found it on Reddit. The guy said, blah, blah, do this, and boom, done. Worked fine. Man, this thing fishtails. Also, I think I need a little refresher puff. Been tinkering at a few things. Now, I basically got the work done on the on the OG XBox here. I'm going to go on to the 360, which is mostly having read issues, but I think that is actually mostly from dirt because it was happening kind of over time, and it's been through a few dirty moves and things like that, even to the point where some of the trip was dirt roads, so I'm surprised it read things like it did. And at the most, I'll get some parts and replace that too. I mostly want to be able to, just play the games that I had saves for, etc., etc. Like Fallout 3 and New Vegas and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which can play fun on that already. And I do have as a video component composite cables for that. I actually have a set of Pelicans. But so far so good. Yeah, the capture isn't the best because it is composite video. I'm looking at the S video and this is great. Like I said, I might figure out a mod for the television. I'm cracking it open soon because a couple little geometry issues I got to fix up through. It's just convergence stuff I'm going to fix with some strips, as they call them. They're just magnets that go around the tube. Yes, I'm going to discharge the thing first. I know how to do it. You just do it until it pops. Drop it till it pop. God, that's lame. Yeah, see, there's my other one there. Do that, and I'm going to see online, too, if there's a way I can, I know people have broken out RGB these things. I'm going to see if I can break out as video output so I can use that with my, actually, let's go back. I'm going to see if I can use it with my capture device that way and just start capturing off as video. I'm pretty sure if I hit up as video, actually, no, let's do it run 2. Did I buy that yet? Do I have enough to buy it? Because I don't think I did. No, I didn't buy it, I don't think. No. Let's go buy that. Is it... Oh, no, where do I go to buy cars? Is it... Showroom, here we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm good for... Yeah, like, jeez. What was I gonna say? Change the color. Yeah, so it's firing pretty good. And I'm gonna get onto the 360 and clean that up and everything. And it's got an 80 gig drive. That's fine. I'm not gonna be. I might try some homebrew on it, but I'm not gonna be doing too much to it. Just mostly working restoration because I can do homebrew stuff on other stuff here. There's a PC hooked to this television. I believe I can play Dreamcast on it fine. So that ticks that box. I didn't even realize that. Now, over time, I am probably actually going to change my capture solution on a whole. I think at some point I'm going to try to get something that ticks the boxes for composite / S-video, component, maybe VGA, but there's cheap enough USB, single options for that, and for what I'm going to do with it, that I'm not going to bother worrying about that on a device. But there'll be HDMI capture as well anyway, so there's that. But yeah, no, just those analog inputs and then HDMI capture really, and from that I can just go from there. But I'd be able to, if I broke out the television's output to be S-video instead of composite, it would step up the capture potential a bit. And I just, as I said, I'd probably keep the game bridge going, but at least, but if not, I'd, just actually get a better capture device, more modern one, and still utilize it as video for stuff. Because, fun fact, if it's not hooked up through a component, anything hooked up to television here can had its video captured through its monitor output. Although downscaled, like this is actually as video input that it's piping out downscaled to composite. But, as I said, this thing is not bad, and a few little tweaks here and there, it makes it quite bearable for capture. The only thing is, as I've pointed out in the past, I have to reboot this whole computer every time I want to use the game bridge for capturing. But, I mean, that's not exactly the worst thing. At least you're getting a fresh little boot up. I didn't adjust the time on this thing yet either. I'm going to replace the clock capacitor at some point. For now, I just cleaned up the area. I didn't even bother to desolder it. And I think somebody asked me, did I JTAG it? I'm like, no, I'm using bog standard IDE drive to replace it with. There's no black magic, adapters or anything happening. Because Modern Vintage Gamer, when he modified his, he just used a compact flash adapter, I think. Which the compact flash adapters make them more or less a hard drive anyway, because that's essentially what a compact flash drive really is, the way they're supposed to work. Oh, my nose. But yeah, he used a 32 gig one. I think it was just mostly for demonstrative purposes, because most people, when they mod these things, put a larger drive in. They put a much larger drive in, because they say ballpark 8 to 12 gig. All depends on what you're observing, including all the partitions. This thing is a 320 gig drive, but it seems like I ran out of space, so I don't think it's... I think Chimp may have screwed up on the... crap. See? I get sidetracked. But I think GIMP screwed up in the whole expansion of the file system. Wow, I usually never screw up that corner. Oh well. I might have to go for a little refresher in a minute. Yeah, I'll go with Metropolis. But other than that, yeah, I'm enjoying it. Burnout Revenge is another game I put on here. Driving games in the Xbox. I love them. Shit. No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't break in time. It's great on here. Just I have it. No, actually, it's Legends. I'm currently running out in the living room. I have the PS2. They're also soft modded now. I did the any DVD, no, free DVD boot or whatever. Now, originally when it came out, you could only do it with slims, but then they started expanding it to the fats as they were pillock, as they were deciphering the firmwares on them. And so I was like, well, I'm going to sit on it. I got a fat in the living room. I'm going to wait till then. And then I checked up on it one day, and sure enough, there was a working image now for the fat. And then I discovered my DVD drive burner on my laptop is going, so I have to go like dig through the ones that I have and replace it with that. I'll replace it with another one. But I burned out the image, made sure I had to go to thumb drive and an official Sony memory card, and sure enough, I'm going to let this just save for a second, and then I'm going to restart. Okay. So yeah, I did the thing. Free McBoot worked, and I was like, "Oh crap! Don't I have a bunch of like discs somewhere? Oh, Free McBoot formatted games like that use the ESR loader." And sure enough, yeah, I had to find the loader because the newest version of Free McBoot I think is more of a hard drive, thumb drive loader now off the USB or off of the hard drive adapter. But sure enough, it worked. My old copies of Katamari Damacy and everything working fine. Yeah, why not? Actually, no. You know what? Metal Slug. Oh, Metal Slug. Now, that works fine off of that, and people say they'll take it easy, blah blah, and that. So I've got a few SATA drives there, and Amazon Prime sells the hard drive adapters now for PS2 on Amazon Prime, so like I can get them fairly local, and yeah, it's actually fun, like to play around with it again. I got one of them wireless PS2 gamepads that people sell all over eBay and that, and it was actually a nice quality built one. I've had them before, and they're actually pretty decent. Oh my god, Marlurks. That's what they remind me of. Yeah, they heavy machine gun. Thank you. Shit, he got me. This is great though. Bomb. Set us up the bomb. There, that's how we do it. Oh, submarine. Yeah, we'll do this one. Oh, you're underwater. You're gonna drown. No, Mr. Beardman, you're gonna. Holy shit! First time playing. But yeah, the PS2 has been working out pretty good for that stuff and like playing old games. I'm gonna find some more games to just play. I got the ESR patch on the Windows 7 machine here. This is another reason I keep a Windows 7 machine around. You prick. Where am I supposed to be going? Ah, crap. What did I do? I didn't do the right... Oh, I gotta play as her now. Anyways, yeah, so that's all working out fine, Danny. I'm gonna put a bigger 500 gig drive in it. I might put one of the other 500 gig drives I got here if I can get a... I think it's an 80-pin cable. I think I may have an 80-pin cable because I have an Asus cable there, and I believe it is an 80-pin. I gotta double check. So then all I should need is actually the SATA to Compact Flash, SATA to IDE adapter. But Yeah, the SATA to compact flash adapter, it would be an okay thing, but I got all these drives around, so why the hell not? They're modeled to use PVR drives. Anyways, let's do this again proper. Keep an idea of things. You ass liquor. Yeah, anyway, let's fuck this game. Another thing on the slate, though, is my Game Boy Color is going to get probably the IPS kit by the end of the year. They're getting pretty cheap now, and there's going to be some pretty good ones, and it does need a new speaker, so I'm going to get two birds stoned at the same time, as Ricky says, and get those done. I got to do the amp on my Outrun 3's SNES preamp. That's how you fix the fucking shitty sound that they give for SNES games, and then multi-carting the shit out of the thing. Probably not going to be doing anything except for like a Chinese Genesis Mega Everdrive clone or whatever. Like, there's Everdrive clones now galore. I'm going to get one for the Super Nintendo, the N64 as well, sorry, and Super Nintendo one maybe. But from what I know, it's because of Super FX compatibility. You're better off just getting a multi-cart because they will handle that, whereas like some of the cheaper clone SNES carts won't. Especially some of the ones from Wish. They'll handle stuff like RPGs or anything like that, but like as soon as you start getting to Super FX stuff of any kind, they just won't boot. So yeah, I'm gonna play Quantum Redshift. So I'm gonna just multi-cart for some stuff, but like the Genesis Everdrive is apparently fine. And there's some nice Nintendo ones now where they're just perfectly fine. They will even work with these things. And I thought that these wouldn't play like the special NES games like Kirby and things like that, but no, apparently they work fine. They were the newer style SoCs, not like the older ones like the Generation Next or whatever that was out. People were like filleting that thing back in the early 2000s, like, oh yeah, it's a clone, blah blah blah, but it'll play NES and Famicom games. Not all of them, and actually Famicom games use those chips more than the NES. So apparently the Retron 3s will, do Mega Man, Castlevania 3, and get this out of here. There we go. Yeah, I can play this just for a minute. Yeah, we're gonna play him. I'm a novice, no shame. We're gonna play this thing, especially basically like a clone of like a lot of the things like Wipeout. But yeah, so, and I'm gonna get a multi-cart or something for my Game Boy Color there, but I do actively collect for it. PSP is essentially done. I've got a 32 gig bit of storage in one and a 16 gig in another until I get another dual micro SD to memory, Mem Pro Duo or whatever the hell you abbreviate it as, and bugger, that's not the shields. That's the shields. There we go. Yeah, it's not bad, but yeah, definitely a clone. But yeah, Game Boy Color is definitely going to be done. My DS needs a little bit of work to it. The DS Lite that I have just for the touchscreen ribbon, it's having a little issue, so solder and fix that up. Oh, that'll be shit, I thought that was a shield. Get a shield for yourself. You're a fucking moron behind the wheel, buddy. I'm talking to myself, by the way. I'm not even doing great as a novice, man. But it's It's not bad to play. But yeah, I'm trying to, get as much of my things done out so I can actually have, a wide variety to play. Now, the time to have it to play is, so I do work. But having the time to actually play it, yeah, that's another thing. But that happens. I mean, like, I got a PC there as well. I've been just getting into playing Cyberpunk. Actually, just picking it up just to give it a try. It's been sitting on the computer for a while, and I hear things like, I've got a lot of time to do a lot of other things. I still haven't played through Doom Eternal or anything. Some of my friends have, like, families, personal lives, and yet they've got, I guess, a lot of time to game, too. No, not a criticism at all. Oh, what's the upgrade menu? I guess that's why they told me to continue. But yeah, getting everything teched out, and even like I put a 128 gig card now on the Sega Mega Pi there, which is so I have space for PlayStation games because I use that to play my PlayStation games mainly. Fusoku City, home circuit of Kimiko and Nakaido, I guess. I never caught the last name. But yeah, it's how long have I been going? I'll wrap it up soon, I guess. Stick these to half an hour. CEMU or CEMU or however you want to call it on the PC works great on mine. I have the 1063 gig and all that, yada yada yada. CEMU works great. I got it through initially just on its own and torrented the games, just tried out, and then I discovered that USB helper is a thing, the Wii U USB helper, and so I actually did it through that, and now I can actually find games. Although some games, they said because of the way servers are now, and servers are taken down or servers are changed, that they have an issue getting some games. But patching games is done sometimes through Java, unless it's just an official update. So far, I've only played like Mario Kart 8, and I've played a little bit of the Zelda game. I want Breath of the Wild. I want to see what it is about, but at some point when I got a lot of time to sit through. I mean, I got Fallout 76 there, and I'm putting some time into it, but not a lot. And I mean, I have even family and friends that'll play it with me. Especially now, friends are discovering like they have they have a PC and can get Game Pass and games like that, and are included with it. They don't give you enough time to fuck it. They give you beep, and then you're hit. There's not enough time. Oh man, that took me over. But yeah, life is okay here. There's, we did have a little bit of a lockdown for about a month and a half, but that was a circuit breaker because of the fact that we had actually a considerable outbreak in the area. Not in this area exactly, but St. John's. It's a hockey tournament. And yeah, anyway. So I was off work for a bit and just on unemployment insurance, but that happens. I was reporting my hours anyway because, you do that when you're on unemployment insurance. When you work. That's how the law works here. And they just deduct. They don't deny you. Like, friends of mine are telling me in the States, bitch. That oh no, if you work any hours you can't get unemployment. I'm like, what? Like, here they encourage you, like, if it's encouraged amongst a lot of people because of oh yeah, that's the turbo. It's so, a lot of people who only have part-time jobs available for people can, fill them. I'm going to continue. Yep. Anyway, CMU works on the gaming PC, and I got a lot of things actually running on the gaming PC. I put in a 4 terabyte drive last year. I'm probably going to have to put another one in before the end of the summer. Game Pass is great. Cool. And yeah, anyway, so I'm not going to buy the XBMC for Xbox today, only because it I got to do a few things to it still. I'm going to read through it, make sure everything's done, and then I'm going to do that thing where it's going to be my new dashboard. Actually, I can still switch over to XBMC for our Xbox, but XBMC Mu Station or whatever they call it is actually, you know, able to become the new dashboard. I think that was saying that right. I might have been saying it wrong before just then, but yeah, it's Fable Lost Chapters. Even got that. It basically is a lot like Raspberry Pi now. I do have this thing also be able to hooked up via a component. I don't today because I can't capture a component. But oh man, memories of like being in my 20s and the Billy Talent Red Flag song like plays anytime I think about the song. But yeah, I'm gonna have I have one of those Ethernet over power. People call them power over Ethernet, but that's the opposite. Power over Ethernet means you're pulling power off of the 32 volts going on over your Ethernet. They get the terminology wrong when they even say it in the mainstream. It's actually supposed to be the other way around. Ethernet over power, which allows you to have LAN through your AC wall power. Okay, so yeah, I was in there. All right, that was all done. This one's not quite. That's the burning lap. I'm gonna give it a try, and then I'm probably gonna duck out for the day. But yeah, that's a little bit dirty because I've been actually working on things like this Xbox. Took it apart, and I'm probably gonna repaint it as well. There's an Arduino that's out now that you can actually use as a substitute mod chip for a lot of things, and it's what if you want to hard mod your Switch, it is what you use actually. And you just flash it with the appropriate firmware, and yeah, it's a cheap Arduino. It's like a $5-6 Arduino. I have it in the drawer there. A friend of mine gave me. It even has like audio capabilities. Shit, I was not paying attention. It was between that and maybe making a talking Chris Evans doll, but it would be more saying his dialogue from things like The Losers and Knives Out. You press one button, it just goes, "You eat shit, you eat shit, you eat shit," or the other one's like, "Hey ladies, liking the angle of the dangle." But anyway, they can also be used for mod chips. I think the PS1 can also be modded in the same manner with a different firmware flash to it. But long story short, yeah, if I can mod chip this thing with it, and I can add a few things. I'm going to see what I can do. Now, the 360 adapters you can get added now. There's a guy in the UK that actually makes them internalized, so you can have them set up, and they actually even have an external, just straight up USB. So if you want to add other things like, you know, the wireless adapter. Some people were using the classic 360 USB wireless adapter, which would let you use the 360 controllers wirelessly with a Windows PC or even a Linux machine later on, and they figured out. Oh shit, I wasn't even boosting. Oops. Let's try that again. I was wondering why I wasn't going the fastest. Oops. God, I'm caught up and talking about my Xbox. But yeah, some people have an external. They can just plug them into like the actual ports there, but there are actual solderless internal ones now where you just have them be the middleman inside of your build, and they actually just, you know, the cables inside that pop off, they actually just plug it in between them, so to speak. And yeah, one mod is in such a way that they actually have you external USB, and what it allows you. Oops. What I see the guy who shows it off is doing, he actually has, and I have it too, is the Retrobit wireless adapter. It lets you use things like a PS4 controller with something like a PC or an Xbox 360, or I think even an Xbox One it works with. And oops. Yeah, they're running that off there, and so I guess that means I could probably use a PS4 controller with this thing, which would be kind of dandy. We'll see, but I do want to get it. It's about 50 quid for 2 players. I'm not going to be doing any 4-player stuff in this thing. I am just not. 1 or 2 players is fine. I might even just there are kits where you can just assemble it yourself, kind of thing. and I may do that as well, but I might go with the solderless just because it would help with the whole, in general, aesthetic going on. I mean, like, I can do the work. That's, people don't even know that. That's not a defense of my ego or anything like that. It's just, I am a person who can do the work, but at the same time, can also see where my time is better spent doing other things, so I will pay somebody to do the work for me. So that's, for the purposes of that, I'll probably buy the adapter kit, the 2-player, because the other two can just be regular OG Xbox gamepads that I have here. A couple I got to just do some small repairs to. One, I got to replace the USB cable, not the USB cable, the controller cable. All I'm going to do is just snip the end and pull it back a little bit and fish it back through and just resolder it with the offending bit just cut out. It's like cutting. It's like, as a surgeon, cutting out part of somebody's small intestine, but not cutting out the whole thing. So you just, yeah. Weird analogy. Nice, Sean. Weird analogy. But I gotta do that. And it's the S style, and I have it there with a USB port in place of its memory card. Jesus, I'm driving like Teddy Kennedy. How many kids at home get that joke? I get that adapter, and really, like I said, like beyond that, I'm not gonna rush this thing out to the point of like I might backglow the jewel. That's not beyond me. And that again, there's a friend of mine showed it to me. I keep forgetting what they are. They're another little programmable thing, but they can do like programmable RGB in an array. I'll look at it, what to get, but I may get that, especially if I can somehow work out how you can control it through USB or something. I don't know. With the Xbox, I mean, internally. See what Python can be executed. Jesus, because even XBMC Station is still like running XBMC as the dashboard. And if there's any Python scripts where I can, run USB RGB lighting controls, that would be cool. But we'll worry about that one later. Ooh, why did you put the thing there if I can't do it? Come on. I know it's pretty far. You got to reset everything. Yeah, all in all, the Xbox is working out pretty good. Like I said, I'm gonna get a one of those Chinese clone EverDrive, the red ones that you always see in your feed for ads. But they're actually quite decent, so I'm gonna get one for the N64 as well as the memory expansion. Now, that being said, I do have a memory expansion here. It is not working, but I believe I may be able to reflow it, and I do have some actual SMD components I can probably fix with it, because I bought a big pack of SMD capacitors and resistors for like the SNES rebuild on that amp that I mentioned earlier. But I'm going to see if I can just refurb that too, and if I could refurb that, then that's perfect. I have a memory expansion there as well that I can throw in when I need to, and I didn't even listen to my own fucking paying attention shit. Ooh, should be time to end this soon. Probably end this at the 45-minute mark. But yeah, I also have one of these little things. Shit. I'm caught. Bear with me. Long story short, I was down to the thrift store the other week before lockdown, and there's one of these in the shelf. Got home, cracked it open. I said at the most, if there's like corrosion, I could do something with it, and something indeed was done. There were things missing and everything, but I determined where. Contacts were, and I just soldered in this. This was actually came with something else, and it didn't work right, and it's a 12 volt, I think. No. 5.2 volts at 1 amp, so perfectly what this needs instead of 4 AA batteries. And I'm going to try this out at some point. Yes, it is a plug and play. It is something crap like that, but I'm just going to try it out. I do need to find my splitter, or make one. I might actually crack this open and split the mono and just have it set up for that and probably play through some of these. These aren't really anything except for an NES and a chip, apparently, and the games have just been reprogrammed as such, but people think that and they don't realize they both use the 6502, although Recode made the 6502, I believe, in the NES. So we'll put that there. I'm probably going to screw around with that tomorrow before work, maybe, and do a video. But yeah, I'm slowly getting the collection all dressed. Even cracked open the VCR and cleaned it up. Not much else I have to really do now, but for now, this is working. As you can see here, I'm able to actually capture some stuff. It's great. I'm actually not having a bad time at this. Now, the Wii has to be worked on. I have a second Wii, and I got to use NUS Loader or something to upgrade it because update it for the soft mod for 4.3 and just run all the things I need to do because the servers don't work anymore to update. Although I might just hit up one of the nephews for like a shovelware Wii game for the mid-2010s, mid-2010s or whatever the hell you call it, because they usually all come with an update. If you haven't updated, they'll offer the update. And so I'm going to do that and try that, and if that works, then I'll just work it with it from there then and just do the few things I need to do, and I'm going to outfit it for here for a hard drive as well, because I have the one in the den already outfitted, but it's got a Wii to HDMI plugged in, etc., etc. I don't want to move it. I am going to go and order another aftermarket Wii wireless controller. I got one of those Wish ones that aren't the Wavebird mold. They're some aftermarket but still nice one. It's spice colored. It works fine. Play racing games with it fine, but I want to put it in here on this setup, and then, you know, it didn't even let me steer. I must have hit something. But yeah, I have it in here with, you know, controllers and all that jazz, and I can do Wii stuff as well. Yeah, and some people are probably saying, like, dude, you're using like a 15-year-old capture device, and it still works. I remember back in the day, everyone was like, oh, use the game bridge. Yeah, now they couldn't because blah, blah, and I figured out how you could again, so I'm able to still use it. I don't have to quite go out and... I don't have to resort to, no shame against it, pointing things to a camera. Some people, you know, that's how they're comfortable with gaming and, you know, presenting on here. And that's no shame at all, as I said, fine and dandy. I like being fancy, I guess. Yeah. But, yeah, I want to actually have my little space in here where I can just sit down, flick the switch, so to speak, and just capture something. PC I've got pretty scratched now. I don't necessarily need anything except for... Oh, come on, make it. Oh, shit! I gotta get my drifting down better. One more time. Uno más. But... One more, yeah. I can get the Wii and everything set. But like I said, like anything for like old school retro, like I said, like the only thing I want to do is get S video broken up maybe on this TV if possible. And I can just, you know, have the game bridge hooked directly via S video. The S video is much superior to this composite capture. I've captured off the S video on this thing. It is gorgeous. So yeah, I could just do that and I'll be fine. I can handle having a Windows 7 machine. Now, I'm wondering how this thing will perform. I'm going to do some optimizations on this. For actual streaming, that is the next move. There is there's a version of Streamlabs OBS which lets you stream a lot more easier, and I'm actually going to streamline a few things on this computer as well. Like I do have Edge already as the browser and OBS, and maybe I might use another monitor at some point. But I'm going to see about doing an actual live stream, and I might take some requests on some games, etc., or show off some weird shit. I don't know. Sounds like we could have some fun. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of potential stuff I have here. Same thing with the gaming PC there. Now I got to do the same thing. Get that set up for that. And the only other thing I might do now is, as I said, like get a USB to VGA capture device, because then I can do some old, like my old DOS or Windows 98 stuff, or the XP machine, and just get a VGA splitter. Might see if it's easier just to get a powered one. But yeah, do that for like stuff like old school Quake, like a GL Quake on the go or something like that, right? Like it really, sky's the limit. I really can be doing things like this on here, and I should be doing more. And I'm actually, every time I remember it, start pulling up bootstraps again. What I need to do is the space behind me is there's going to be a camera and everything installed, so I can actually like show some things, like just some of the little things like my installing of mods, cloning drives, etc. And I think people wouldn't mind seeing that, because I do have friends sometimes randomly call me. They have issues with stuff like the other week I fixed a set of Beats headphones. I'm trying to remember, Solo 3s, I believe. They had a common issue where they start losing sound. The son, who was an adult age person, shit. No. Still not quite fast enough. Where he did this, fix. He looked up and he kind of did it, more twist and tape thing. But the real solution is to replace what they call the 4-core plug, 5-core wiring harness. People don't realize, like, I was looking on an American site, they're like, oh, they charge $30 for the part plus shipping, and then I found a supplier in Alberta, in my own country, with postage out the door, and got it in less than a week, of $12.50. Not even shitting you. Like, it didn't even have to go over the border. So apparently this guy in the States is pissing down somebody's leg and telling him it's raining. Anyway, part came, half an hour with like a guitar pick and a little $6 USB soldering iron, and the part that arrived to do the work on, and perfect. The only thing was, like, when they were doing the initial bodge repair at home, it looks like they stripped the PVC faux leather off of the ear cups. Now the repair kit even comes with the adhesive to adhere the ear cups. And they, so I fixed that all up and everything, and reattached that, and it was, just like new, pretty much. But yeah, I do things like that. I do a lot of electronic repairs. I had a roommate years ago had an NES that it didn't quite, no, an SNES, sorry. This is probably 2014, I believe. She was my coworker and roommate. No, we didn't date, by the way. Faye was like, oh, did you date? No. She wasn't into guys, I don't think. Didn't pry. Anyway, her Super Nintendo, it had a issue where you had to, being held in with just scotch tape and bent around it till, caught a connection. And, yeah, so I just snipped the wire off, took a craft knife to the actual plug, and I just wired everything from the start, and then hot glued everything afterwards for a new bit of insulation. And yeah, I just basically rebuilt the entirety of the plug, and it worked quite nicely. But I do that. It's like that little thing there. I mean, it's supposed to work on 5 or 6. Well, really, ideally, any of those devices. Oh, did I get in under the mark? Let's see. It'll give me a chance to retry. Fuck you. Fuck it, I'll take it. I've been sweating over that one all day. No, this thing, for instance, people think, oh, it needs 6 volts because of 4 AA batteries. No. Rechargeables are 1.3, so when you do the math on those, they are 5.1. They work out to, which is what USB really is. That's why a lot of things are USB also take, batteries. As that's what I'll do. Did the same thing with the thrift store purchase there the other day. Crispy fried truck. Oh, do I get a? Oh, I get a takeout truck. I think. But no. Oh no. Ooh, let's see where it goes. See where it takes me. I splash down that jump. And that's where I bottleneck. I gotta try to touch down there where I force a tram right into the middle. Nice. All right. Get ready. Did I do anything? But, yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about now. Here we go. 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 Rush hour. Yeah! So some of these things you got to kind of get into different stages of the area, but some of these you just got to create the biggest cock up ever. There's the target. I crispy fried the fucking vehicle. Wait. Let's just see. It gives you the chance. These ones do give you the chance every time. But I think I may have... I think 3.5 mil was the aim for gold. I think I got gold my first try. Some of these, you just got to stuff them up as much as you can. No! No, then I'm not taking silver. No, I'm going to be a crash master. I got 2. Ooh. Second ramp's a sucker bet. Let's go back here. But no, yeah, everything's working now. I'm going to fix this, fix that, do, blah, blah, repeat myself a bunch of other times. But yeah, VGA capture is the next thing on the list. Everything else seems to be fun. I didn't realize, like, with NVIDIA Shadow Play that it's actually more in your... No, shit. I got to be careful. I can just, stream or broadcast or record very easily. Oh, wait, can I use... Where are you? Ooh, let's use the saloon that I got. Burp right into the microphone, I know. No, I'm supposed to hit that. Shit! Street trams are friggin' bait. They're a sucker bet, too. No, I gotta smash that truck. Alright, anyway. Let's do this. Oops. No. I gotta get there as fast as I can because that fucking car. No. What'd you do? Yeah. Yes! I think I got it. Yep. I think I got it. Good. But yeah, other than that, yeah, everything's going pretty good. VJ Capture says the next thing, and that's about it. I want to start showing off some shit, and like I said, and streaming. Actually do some streaming. Wouldn't mind some game requests, but I gotta get a green screen too for behind me, so I can focus on the action on the screen a lot more. Oh, yeah, we're past silver. There's the target. Yeah, that's what did it. Yeah, here's the gold. Oh, I wish I had another aftertouch. No, I got it. I think, the truck. I'm going to get the truck, which is a half ton. I think this quarter ton was the last I got. As you go, you upgrade. Yeah. I just noticed it there in the last retry. I was like, oh, shit, I got to get that thing. Like, that's... Certain key vehicles there, because they're freight, is also variable in the crash. You notice, like, oh, shit, that thing will stuff up traffic for sure, so you always go to retry. But yeah, OG XBox works fine on this capture. Yeah, I'm doing composite, but I'm going to be doing upgrades. As I said, I'm apologizing all through my little recording here. But it's great. Like I can play a lot of cool shit. But we're going to cut it off there for the day, and I'm going to upload this. I might sit down and do some CMU stuff later. Because, oh man, I didn't realize some of the cool stuff about the Wii U USB helper DLC, including like Amiibo DLC or whatever unlocks are there. So I've got like F-Zero tracks. But anyway, we're going to try this out, put it up, I need a haircut, or maybe let it grow more. And we'll go from there. Thanks a lot, folks. See ya.